Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. Hello, students. So, today we're going to start with our lesson. And in this lesson, we are going to be talking about present simple. And the title of this presentation is present really simple? Do we understand what we are expressing when we use the simple present? So, in this lesson, we're going to review the present simple. I know that many of you have an idea of when we use the present simple and also the structure to use the present simple. And we're going to contrast the present simple with the present continuous as well to discover when we use each of them. And finally, we're going to talk about adverbs of frequency to indicate some more information in our sentences about the frequency and also the time in which the events or activities in English are happening. Okay, so what is the present simple? So when do we use the present simple, or how do we use the present simple? We can think that the present simple indicates the present, or we use the present simple to talk about the present, right? We use it to talk about what is occurring now in the present, correct? Well, the present simple is a bit tricky and more general or confusing in that aspect. Yes, the present simple indicates present, but it's important to clarify what type of present. We do not use the present simple to talk about real present or what is happening right now in this right moment. We don't use the present simple for that. We use another structure. But yes, we use the present simple to talk about facts in the present. A fact is something that never changes, that it's real all the time, that is real right now in the present, that doesn't change. So facts are, for example, things that we say and we understand everybody that it's true. For example, I am a teacher. That's a fact. You are a student. That's a fact, right? We can also use facts or talk about facts when we talk about scientific information. Yep, that's also possible. I have some examples here. For example, most dogs bark. We know that. That's a fact. The earth is round or spherical. That's another fact, right? And water boils at 100 degrees. Yep, another fact. Something that is real here in any part of the world. We know this is true. We use the present simple for facts. Check the verbs. Check the conjugation. We are using present simple. We can also use the present simple to talk about routines, right? Things or events that we repeat day by day. For example, I play the piano every day. We take English class on Tuesday and Thursday. And finally, I usually exercise. So, present simple for routines. Now, those routines can occur right now or can occur for a period of time every day, right? So it is important that we understand that they refer to the present, but probably they are not occurring right now. So I can say in present simple that I play the piano every day. But probably in this right moment, in the present, right now, in the real present, I am not playing the piano. I'm actually teaching a class, right? But I use the present simple because the present simple can express routines and also facts. So we can also use the present simple to talk about the future, but we're not going to discuss the future now. So remember, present simple, yes, it talks about the present or it refers about the present, but it is in a general way. We use it for facts and we use it for routines that happen every day or day by day, or with certain frequency. Now, you can say, okay, but how can I express real present? I mean, right now, what is occurring in this moment? Well, we use the present continuous for that, which is also present, but the continuous form indicates progression or that it occurs for a period of time, right? So we can use it to talk about temporary activities, and we can also use it to talk about the real present. For temporary activities, for example, we can say, this week I'm exercising, yeah, every morning. So this week I'm exercising in the morning. Exercising is in present continuous. I am exercising in the morning is present continuous. And I'm talking about an activity that is occurring for a short period of time. So this week. To talk about the real present, what is occurring right now. So in this moment, I'm speaking in English. In this moment, I'm taking English class. In this moment, I'm watching a video. So that is the real present with the present continuous. We're going to study the present continuous in another lesson later, but that's the idea of the present continuous. And we can also use it to talk about the future. But in this moment, we're not emphasizing the present continuous. We are going to explain the present continuous later in the lesson. So let's go back to present simple. So present simple most of the time is for routines or everyday activities. And when we talk about everyday activities, most of the time we like to indicate the frequency in which our activities occur. So to express that, we need words or adverbs that help us indicate frequency. Probably you also remember the adverbs that we have here on the picture, right? They indicate how often something occurs. So the picture indicates, like in a percentage, how likely or how probable an event, an activity can occur. If we use always, we say that it's every day or every single moment, right? Always, it represents 100% of probability. And then we go back or we go down to usually. We have often, we have sometimes, we have not often, and we have never. All of them indicate frequency or probability for something or an event to happen. And we most of the time use them when we use the present simple and when we talk about routines or activities that we do in general in the present. What it is important about the adverbs of frequency is how we are going to include them in the sentence in present simple. So let's see. The position of my adverb of frequency is important. So for the majority of the verbs in present simple, the adverb is going to be before the verb. So my sister listens to rock music. If I add or I include an adverb in that sentence, I'm going to put the adverb before the main verb, before listens, right? So my sister rarely listens to rock music. I rarely work in the morning. I don't always do exercise. It's important that we check the position of the adverb, but also remember that when we use the present simple, and we need to conjugate the verb. So we know that we use the base form or the infinitive of the verb. Yeah. But when we use he, she, it, my sister, my mom, my brother, Brian, Emily, when we talk about other people, yeah, we need to conjugate and we put an S Just remember that. I think that you have studied this before. We're just trying to remember some of the rules for the present simple. That is the reason why in the first sentence, my sister rarely listens. The verb is conjugated with an S at the end because that is the correct conjugation. Now, when we have negatives, like in the last example, remember that we use don't as the auxiliary to create the negative. Yeah, so I don't do exercise. But remember, because we have an adverb, we need to put the adverb before the main verb, and the main verb is do. So even when you have a negative, remember to put your adverb before the main verb. In the last example, in the negative, the adverb is in the middle between the negative word and the main verb. Don't always do exercise. That's how we use it for the majority of the verbs. Now, for verb to be, we're going to do it a little bit different because verb to be is a special verb. So for verb to be or sentences with verb to be, we are going to put the adverb after the verb. So in the first example, we have his. Remember that his is the contraction of he is, and is verb to be. So he is, and then we put the adverb. Never. He is never at home on Sundays. Remember that we put the adverb after verb to be. My mom is, verb to be, is, and then I put my adverb. Often busy. So my mom is often busy. So, in conclusion, we can say that for the majority of the verbs, we need to put the adverb before the verb. And for verb to be, we put the adverb after verb to be. And please also remember that in present simple, we need to conjugate our verbs depending on the subject of the sentence. Now, there are many more expressions that we can use apart from always, sometimes, often, usually, etc. And those are not adverbs, but they are known as frequency expressions, and they can also help us indicate frequency. Now, with those expressions, we can decide if we put those expressions at the beginning or if we put them at the end of the sentence, right? And we can change if we put it at the beginning or if we put it at the end, and the meaning is correct and it's also the same. So for example, sometimes we can put sometimes at the beginning and say, sometimes I feel like I need a break. Or we can put sometimes at the end and say, I feel like I need a break sometimes. We can do the same with every now and then, which is a synonym of sometimes. And we can say I make video calls with my friends every now and then. You can also put that at the beginning and say every now and then I make video calls with my friends. And it's the same with once a year. We can say once a year I visit my family in the city, or I visit my family in the city once a year. With those expressions, those are not adverbs, those are expressions of frequency. We can decide if we put them at the beginning or if we put them at the end of the sentence. So remember, present simple, we use it for facts. We also use it to talk about routines or everyday activities. And we can express more, we can give more information using adverbs of frequency, and putting the adverb in the correct position in the sentence is going to help us to express our ideas better when we talk in English. Thank you very much for your attention, guys. I hope this is helpful for you and you can remember all this information from your previous classes. Thank you and see you later.